Hello, hope everyone is enjoying the lockdown. And this lockdown provides us enough time to enrich our new skills. I just learned MicroPython. And in this episode, we can see how to use the motor driver shield L293D.
One of the simplest and easiest way to control DC motors and stepper motor is this L293D motor driver shield. We all are familiar with this one. So how can we use this one with the PyBoard? Let's see this one. With this we can control 4 DC motor for bidirectional way and 2 stepper motors.
This MicroPython motor driver shield has 3 classes: shift register class, drive DC class, and drive stepper class. We'll go in depth in one by one. Shift register class. I found this piece of code in one of the form and modified slightly to accommodate our motor driver shield. The SPI identifier. In PyBoard we have 2 SPI, one on X pin side, another one on Y pin side. So the identifier, you can declare either X or Excite or SP1 for the SP1 identifier. For the Y side, you have to give Y or Y8 or SPI2. And the serial data of the MicroPython has to be connected to D8, terminal D8 of motor driver shield, and the same serial clock has to be connected to D4. The latch has to be connected to D12, and the output enable OE we can declare, or by default it is none. If you didn't declare OE, it is assumed that you are connecting D7 of the motor driver shield to ground. And this is an example how to initialize the SPI. And please note, this initialization of shift register has to be done inside the other 2 classes, motor driver classes, drive DC or drive stepper class. We will see how to use this shift register class in the motor driver classes. And here I am not using clear signal input, since in the driver seat it is connected to VCC. We don't have any option to change. The initialization of DC motors. In here we can use maximum of 4 motors. So we can initialize 4 motors: LMA, LMB for left motor, RMA, RMB for right motor identifier, and the PyBoard pin, which pin has connected to the which motor, that we need to provide, and the PWM frequency has to be mentioned. If it is left blank, then 1000 Hz is by default, and the PWM frequency has to be mentioned in Hertz only. Here is an example to initialize the motor. And in the second example we are giving 10,000, meaning 10 kilohertz PWM signal. The PyBoard timer and the channel of the PyBoard pin handle internally inside the class, so we no need to bother about that. We just provide the pin number. Next one is, once the motor is initialized, we need to initialize the SPI initialization inside the driver class. So the initialization is like this. So if you declared M1 or LMA is a motor, first motor, so LMA dot set SPI with your pin details. And please note, this is a one-time declaration. If you are declaring 4 motors, you don't need to provide all the motors. Just one motor is enough. It's just one initialization. Next, it's a speed control. we can control the speed from 0 to 100. We can define from either 0, the motor will start, and the maximum is 100. The set speed, we need to provide which motor identifier, and the speed from 0 to 100. Similarly, we can also get the information, get the speed of the motor, that's get speed, and we need to provide the motor identifier. If you initialize the motor with M1, you can provide a set speed M1, 100 to give maximum speed. Here is an example. Then the run command. Now with this one we can run the motor. Before running this one, the SPA has to initialize. This is the one. The command has to be either forward, backward, or release. Forward, the actual direction depends on the wiring connection in the motor driver shield. The backward will run opposite to that of forward connection, direction. Release will stop the motor. The voltage across the motor will be 0 and there won't be any break. In summary, for the drive DC, there are 4 functions: drive DC, set speed, get speed, and run command. Initialization of SPI only one time after the motor initialization or before the run command. Next, drive stepper. We can use maximum of 2 stepper motor. So the stepper STP1 and or STP2 are the stepper identifier, and the step is the number of steps required for one complete rotation, and the enable pin E1 and E2 will enable the L293D enable pins. Okay. Now this is an example. So here we are providing STP1, and Y9 and Y10 are the enable pins. For stepper motor 1, D3 and D11 are the enable pin in the motor driver shield, and for stepper motors 2, D5 and D6 of the motor driver shield to be connected with the pivot pin. Next one function is speed. To set the speed of the stepper, we need to provide the stepper identifier, then and the required RPM. The stepper identifier, either it will be STP1 or STP2, and the required RPM. Here is the example. Next one is run the stepper. So before you are running the stepper, SPI initialization has to be carried out. Here the direction W is assuming will control both the stepper will be enabled and both the stepper will run. If it is R, stepper 1 will be enabled and stepper 2 will be disabled, and if it is L, left side, stepper 1 won't be run and stepper 2 will run. Next one is the rotation. So here we are giving a number of rotation to execute, how many rotation we need that required to execute. And the next one is command. Here the command will be a forward, backward, or release. The next one is step mode. We can provide either single, which will energize a single coil, and double for more torque, double coil energize, combination of both single and double coil, and fine will be a smooth run. Here is an example. We are giving stepper.1.step per step with W, 200 steps to be executed, and in forward direction with double stepper mode. In summary, the initialization stepper, drive stepper with the stepper initialization and the step number stepper motor required to complete one full rotation. And here the stepper speed and stepper step, and we need to set the SPI before the stepper step one time. So once we execute the stepper step, and how to stop the stepper in between. For example, we set the stepper step to execute 400 step, but we need to stop before that. How can we achieve this one? There are a lot of way. One is we can use the OE of the shift register or with the help of external interrupt. What is the difference between these two methods? If we are using OE, the motor will stop, but the internal loop, the 400 steps what we provide, it will keep on looping. So the microprocessor is busy in completing this loop, and once the loop completed, then only our microprocessor will process the rest of the code. Whereas if we use external interrupt, immediately the motor will stop and the microprocessor will available for executing the rest of the codes. I use callback function to interrupt the to execute the external interrupt. The commands of external interrupt in both forward and backward in the stepper step is commented. If required, you can uncomment those codes to get the interrupt function. Okay. I'm working on micro step. I will catch you on the next episode. How can we achieve the micro step for our stepper motor? Till then, goodbye. Have a nice day. Thank you for watching. Bye.